Bitcoin prices are in free fall, but have we just seen the giga bottom pop? We also have Joe Biden and the Department of Justice hinting at a devastating sell-off of America's Bitcoin holdings currently and shaking the very core of the market overnight as AI crypto projects and AI agents, once unstoppable and up to the right in price action, are now crashing in a brutal correction. But is this the perfect buying opportunity? All this while containment efforts continue in the Los Angeles devastating fires that are going on right now as the governments fight to save one of the nation's largest cities. We're going to cover all of this and more behind the events and chaos of the world that could potentially redefine the future landscape of America and finance as we know it. My God. Welcome to the blockchain. Welcome to the blockchain basement. I am the truth. Welcome, everybody. And yeah, this has been one hell of a roller coaster ride overnight, but make sure that you're tuned in. We got a great video coming out tonight diving into all the AI agents and the shopping spree that we're about to ensue upon on the dip. Make sure you're following me at Druth Crypto here on Twitter and also on YouTube's. Make sure to become a member. You usually the subscribe button's here. Make sure you're subscribed. We hit 68,600 subscribers last night.
Jeez,
very nice.
Cooking up. It's great to see it. How's everybody doing today?
Dude, it's been a feisty one. It's been a weird day. Isaac, you've had some health issues. You're scaring me.
Yeah, I'm dying, Drew.
Don't you go dying on me, man.
It's okay. I'm chilling. I'll survive. Maybe. Who knows?
You better.
Really care.
I need you, man. I need you. All right. Well, here we go. What do we got on Bitcoin's price? So we were looking at this local fib we had drawn out with Kelly like a week ago or something like that. And man, that price jackknifed all the way to basically the bottom edge of the one level on the Fibonacci sequence from the local low to the local high. Local low coming in at around $91,500. The high at $102,650. Now, this wick created by fear, uncertainty, and doubt about the potential of Joe Biden selling off America's Bitcoin holdings. Now, there is some details to this potential sell-off that we got to dive into to kind of calm some questions. There's a lot of worry out there. There's a lot of fear. We're going to dive into all that and more on today's show. And we'll keep an eye out, obviously, on the Bitcoin price. Right now, over the past, let's say 2 hours, Bitcoin bounced pretty aggressively off of the $91,700 level. And this, if you're backed up, generally falls into a pretty consistent kind of area here. 91.5 was that real kind of consistently hit base level. And man, we are sitting on the edge of a cliff. All it's going to take is some bad news to push us over that edge. But I do see some light at the end of the tunnel for our altcoins and how they've been reacting to the markets. Welcome in, everybody. Bad Fox, Multisig Dummy, Tom G, Cali Crypto Dude. Hope you're holding up well. My brother, Nicole Ministator, Papa Guth with the super chat. When it is up and to the right, the pie is tight. Kyle Watts. And down in Rumble, we got Fallen Jester. Now, let's get into all of this. What are we working with here? Bitcoin's hourly RSI has dropped to its most oversold level since Bitcoin hit $60,000. Now, keep in mind, this lowest RSI since 60K was when we're at 96,400. As it sits right now, I'm sure this is much, much lower. Let's actually go on over to TradingView, have a look-see at what the hourly RSI looks like. Let's get rid of this one. Delete all these. RSI, because I just want to take a gander and see what this level is looking like. Now, we've fallen quite some ways from that time. Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've hit these levels here. Let's back up a little bit to the daily as well. I want to see a kind of a larger time frame. Still kind of in the mid zone on the daily, honestly. Still kind of in the mid zone on the daily. So this is anyone's game. If you're looking at the liquidity heat map on where the pain is going to be for markets arbitraging us, we have tens of millions of dollars in liquidity should we fall down to 93.4 in the short term, and tens of millions above us from shorts that would be liquidated if we hit $95,400. So with that being said, being very, very cautious on my trades. I have one trade in right now that very well could be wicked out. I have the stop loss to cover the cost of the trade. I got in at 93.4. stop loss to cover the trades at 93.5. We'll see if it shakes me out. But that's just how I got to play it. I got to play it very conservatively right now with these sell-off levels. Because if we do fall, down from this 91.5 level, I am of the opinion this head and shoulders will truly play out. And that is an unfortunate situation where we experience unfortunate or fortunate if you need more time to buy crypto. But if the head and shoulders does play out, that level brings us down to $77,000. Now, what do we have on the stories side? Lots of signals here from tech dev. Most aren't looking. This is the highlights from the Pico top of the Bitcoin bull market to that relative strength index on a logarithmic scale. And things are looking ready to run right now, even with this price to the upside. And it has been that way historically during bull market priming. Really, it's pretty incredible that we still have so much room to go. And I'm still thinking there was something that we found yesterday with the loss of velocity on the market that we have to keep in mind.
Yeah.
We have to keep in mind that I am seeing the chop zone for Bitcoin be accomplished cycle over cycle at a lower upside velocity level, meaning that this market might actually find its mega, bullish situation popping off to like the $150,000, $160,000 level per Bitcoin, and that could be the Pico top. So I'm doing this by time, not by price. Now, what is Big Tip Shark?
He said the Lick Diddy.
Liquid Diddy. But Lick Diddy's pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
That's pretty good. Now, El Salvador continuing to buy. They bought another 11 Bitcoin. What you got, Isaac?
VMix.
Ooh, VMix needs to be done.
Yeah.
All right.
If
All right.
not,
I'll redo it.
mess around with it.
Yeah, we got to close this and get this reopened. I got a whole lot of stories here today. Really, the main thing that I thought was kind of funny was that we sold off that bad just on the potential, like the potential fears of the DOJ selling. And a lot of pretty big accounts came out saying that they did sell, which is not accurate. We did not see the actual account of, not the account, but the address of the DOJ actually selling. We have the Silk Road Bitcoin Holdings address. Let's see did you get it? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Pop this over. This is the Silk Road address of the FBI. This is the contract address of it. And it is still holding these Bitcoin valued in at around $6.5 billion. So a little bit of a chunk of change. This is the address. We'll zoom in a little bit for you guys here. The Bitcoin remains in that address, so don't be flooded out too bad. Obviously, El Salvador didn't feel that bad. They're continuing buying these massive clips of Bitcoin. This is fresh off the heels of them receiving a massive amount of money from the IMF to stop requiring the Bitcoin usage and just keep it as an option within their country. Very interesting. El Salvador with that 6D chess move. And here's some of the main accounts that posted this U.S. government Bitcoin sell-off late last night. The U.S. government cleared to sell 69,370 Bitcoin worth that $6.5 billion seized from Silk Road. Now, it's important to note they are only cleared to sell. But in the unwinding of assets like this, it's going to take, this is something to think about. It's going to take longer than till January 20th of this month to make this happen. If Joe Biden means absolute harm, pain, and destruction for us on his way out, which I wouldn't put past him, even if he does mean that currently, it will take time to unwind those assets into the market, and they have to be done in clips. So we have to keep that in mind when we're thinking that there's going to be some giga flash sale. It's going to be a muted sell-off at best if they want to get rid of these things as of right now. They are clear to start getting rid of them, but we'll see how quickly they can do it. We also have things like this going around, causing even more fear from trading acts. Said it, and they'll say it again. The seized Bitcoin that was meant to be used for the strategic reserve, the 185,000 Bitcoin that the U.S. holds, total under the Trump administration was sold off already with a credit line sanctioned by Coinbase. This, and when you read that, and then you go look at the actual address and the this Bitcoin, the Silk Road Bitcoin, still sitting there, that's an aggravating situation.
Very much so.
Because these accounts, they really don't help. They cause a lot of fear, a lot of uncertainty, and that's experienced late at night when you see these gigantic, painful downswings for Bitcoin. Unbelievable. He was just talking about they spent months distributing, couldn't mention it because Kamala was running against Trump. The liberals need to maintain a positive image and desperately need crypto voters. There is no Bitcoin left to sell. It's all bullshit. So this, I would say, is false. When I'm looking at the actual address, still holding the crypto, get out of here. Get out of here. Come on, man. That's what Joe Biden left me with, that great saying, come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Now, we're going to get into the next set of these things. China, planning to integrate blockchain into its national data infrastructure, aiming for a full implementation by 2029. A larger kind of grand scope move by China. And really, fiat currencies across the globe not doing so great. The U.S. dollar is actually doing pretty damn well in comparison to the rest of the world.
Very true, and also kind of surprising. But
it's only surprising because there's so many, just like the last footer I showed.
Yeah.
Right? They already sold it. They don't have any Bitcoin to hold. You have people that over the last 10 years, they said the U.S. dollar is going to lose to China's dollar. China's going to take over economically, yada, yada, yada. What do you see in reality, though? Quite the opposite. Quite the opposite is happening, and it's being experienced on a macroeconomic scale here. I wonder if I have this story, because the Chinese dollar is falling to levels it has not seen since the great financial crisis. I want to pull this up. Don't pull this up yet. I'm going to make sure I got this bad boy. Here it is. Here it is. So this is from Kobayashi letter, highlighting the Chinese yuan casually nearing its weakest level against the U.S. dollar since January of 2008. Probably nothing. This is not a rugged meme coin. This is the fiat dollar of what was supposed to be the world's next great economy, next superpower, just continuing to fall off of the face of the planet. Absolutely crazy. And with this, I've said it many times, they're going to print their way out of it as best they can and extend that lifeline. But this is why we see them wanting to implement blockchain tech, because you have to rework the system that is broken. Where's the super chat here? All right. Thoughts on muted alt season during a no Bitcoin rollover? Since vast majority of gains being institutional. I put sats and bulls. I've heard that time and time again. I really disagree with that. Altcoins are much smaller, much easier to move market caps. Bitcoin is already coming in at what, like a 1.8 billion or 1.8 trillion dollar market cap. But when we look at really like the top 20, these are 15 billion compared to the power consolidation in the top three is immense. XRP is at 133 bill, Ethereum at 400 bill just about, and Bitcoin coming in at $1.8 trillion. So a lot of the power consolidation of where the money is sitting is in these top three. When we look at altcoin season, we're looking at a lot of projects that are in the minuscule market caps in comparison. That's where the altcoin season really lights a blaze, because it's not hard at all when you have a truckload of money coming into Bitcoin and Ethereum for those things to actually start moving in a crazy, crazy way. Cody Calvin Klein, let's see what you got. Hey, Drew, I've got a Chainlink size mystery for you. What do you think about KIP? It's a secret sauce to make Chainlink even more awesome, or is it just another node on the blockchain spaghetti? I'll take a look at that tonight. Coven. But, we got to roll through the rest of the show here. But remind me at the end of the show about that KIP deal.
Yeah, true.
Now, chaos is still unfolding in Los Angeles. Los Angeles fires continue to rage across Southern California. The damage from the Palisades fire now estimated to be as high as $57 billion. City of Los Angeles, under Karen Bass, slashed the firefighting budget by about $18 million and stopped filling the hydrant reservoirs as a cost-cutting measure. Absolutely. This is so crazy.
That's bullshit.
This is so crazy to think about. Now we have reports that are coming out. Firefighters are going to those hydrants and they are getting but a trickle. No water pressure being reported in many, many different locations in Los Angeles, all on the heels of trying to do a cost-cutting measure. But they leave out the fact that, when Trump said this, he was made fun of.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Rogan podcast, I think it was like 6 months ago, Donald Trump brought up that they're diverting a lot of the Northern California water that's supposed to flow down to the rest of the state out into the Pacific Ocean to help a certain type of fish.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
This is what happens with these types of policies. And something very, very interesting about the beginning of this fire that has me greatly questioning the origination of it is this. This is 3 fires starting simultaneously in these locations. Now, this rings very similar to the fires in Colorado that I was a part of and inside of. My hometown burned down. The houses that I grew up in, I think all 3 of them burnt to the ground. The entire neighborhood that I was in burnt to the ground. And really, when I see 3 fires starting off at the same time, I don't want to think everything's a scam, but what I'm seeing here, that really all 3 of them registering on the radar simultaneously.
Yeah. You know what else I heard that was stupid? I was watching Instagram Reels like I typically do because that's how I kill time. I saw this thing saying 2 kids started this whole California fire thing.
Oh, really?
And they said 2 kids.
Started the whole deal.
Yeah, started the whole thing.
How did 2 kids start 3 different fires?
They didn't have any explanation.
Yeah.
They said 2 kids did it. And it's just, no one knows anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone's
houseless hooligan. It is indeed tough to fight fires without water. Absolutely. This is American symbolism being represented in California as it sits. Late last night, a McDonald's sign stuck between massive, and the timing of it, record levels of winds. It's almost like those 3 sparks that I just showed you came at the absolute worst time. That wind, and you're asking, how can this expand at the rate that it is currently? Well, the answer is right there. Look at those sparks flying off the tree into the wind. Those things move for quite some distance. Now, we also have this. I don't even know if you want to call them specifically anarchists, but agents of definite pain and suffering in Santa Monica are setting fires now themselves. People who want to destroy society will use the things going on with BLM and Gaza or fires to stoke chaos. This is just another kind of local report from a citizen taking video of people starting a fire and catching other trees on fire. Not a great situation. We also see looting going on in a pretty big way. The looting conversation getting a little nuanced.
It's pretty interesting.
Like my knee-jerk reaction to looting is like, just don't do it.
Yeah.
We see looters going into storefronts that are literally about to burn down. And all those materials are going to be gone regardless. Now, I would never suggest to loot, but it does, you do beg the question. Like, it's going to be turned into ash anyways. But chaos is ensuing down there. Now we have horrific drone footage shown revealing the LA wildfire devastation, unbelievable aerial footage showing the charred Pacific Palisades and the Altadena landscapes as LA wildfires rage unchecked. Let's have a wider view of this. This is the scope of the destruction that was left over from this morning as the fire continues on into other locations. Absolutely incredible. Look at when you really back up at this. That's an entire neighborhood. That's an entire neighborhood that's gone. The whole mountainside burnt to a crisp. The fires continuing on from those levels. Not great. Not a great situation. I did just listen to they had the mayor, they had the fire chief, they had all the different kind of bureaucrats in charge.
Lizard people.
In front of the lizard people, in front of the media. They're having to answer questions. Honestly, there's a lot of questions to be asked because the mayor of Los Angeles not saying much. Let's have a listen.
Do you owe citizens an apology for being absent while their homes were burning? Do you regret cutting the fire department budget by millions of dollars, Madam Mayor? Have you nothing to say today?
Can you back up, please? Appreciate it.
Have you absolutely nothing to say to the citizens today? Elon Musk says that you're utterly incompetent. Are you considering your position?
Absolutely crickets. Right?
100%. I don't know what she's looking at. She's just looking.
This is her in Ghana. All right. Yeah. So this is her in Ghana. She was on a trip out to Ghana, enjoying her time when, she had to take an emergency trip back to LA to basically say more of nothing to the media, who was asking, Mayor, why was there such a terrible response? Why is there no water available for the firefighters? She said, guess what? I'm focused on the situation at hand, and I'll look at any actions that need to be taken after we get this situation solved, right? Immediately pivoting, going to the emotional side of things. Now, Polymarket has bets on, will we see these fires contained by Friday? No. A yes is a 7% chance as of last night. This might have changed just a bit. Probably expect this to go up, but I want to know from the chat. Give me a one in the chat if you think, yes, these fires will be contained by Friday this week, tomorrow, or 2, do you think it's going to continue to rage and go into that kind of nightmare scenario of what Joe Rogan was talking about with a firefighter? He had a conversation with a firefighter out of LA a little bit of time ago where essentially we could see a fire break all the way to the coastline. How much of the LA fire is contained so far? Let's see here. So far, let's get the updated information here. I want to see how contained this situation is so far. With this, we're scrubbing it. 0% containment in Palisades, 0% containment in Eaton, 40% containment in Lydia. First fires 10% contained. The Sunset Fire's forward progress has been stopped, but specific containment percentage was not mentioned. Evacuation orders have been lifted, though. Man. So 0% is reading still in Palisades and 0% in Eaton. Not looking good at all. Very, very scary. Now we also saw this, an explosion and a fire at North Fort Worth, Texas power substation. The incident occurred off 17 Lakes Boulevard and Henrietta Creek Road. Reported at about 7:15 p.m. last night. They say from a bad transformer. And we have to, maybe a benefit of the doubt. There is a lot of energy being used in Texas right now because it's very cold. People are running those systems hard. Most effective customers in this area had been rerouted, leaving only 50 without power at the time of this reporting. Here's a view of this substation on fire. Is America under a coordinated internal attack? That's what because I remember the posts from 2 to 3 days ago of Iran, right? My wife reminded me of those things Iran was saying. This is going to be, destruction or something on a scale you've never seen, right? A little bit of a weird warning from Iran. Then we see 3 different fires start at the same time in California. We see a substation blow up when we're having extreme low temperatures, Texas, in the middle of the country. It makes you ask a couple questions. So now, as the media is sitting here waiting for answers from Democrats of LA, I want to give a quick reminder about what they're about to get.
Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus?
Because it comes from China.
Racist.
It's not racist at all, no, not at all. It comes from China.
Mr. President, can you just respond to Kamala Harris's campaign attacking you for being in this town because they say there were white supremacists?
Who was here in 2021? Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
You have very low unemployment rate in the U.S. and we have a very high unemployment rate in France. How come? What the recipe for?
Well, maybe we have a better president than you do.
Pew Research says that there are, for immigrants on the whole,
Come on, try getting it out. Try getting it out.
I'll get it out.
I mean, I don't know if you're going to put this on television, but you don't even know what you're talking about. Try getting it out. Go ahead. Are you talking to me?
Yeah, it was just a follow-up of what I just asked you, sir.
You ready? We have the president of Finland. Ask him a question.
I have one for him. I just wanted to follow up on the one that I asked.
Did you hear me?
What did you want?
Did you hear me?
Yes,
ask him a question.
I will, but
I'm giving you a long answer. Ask this gentleman a question. Don't be rude. A question? Yeah, go ahead. Sure. She's shocked that I picked her. Like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking.
That's okay. I know you're not thinking.
Oh my God, bro. I am so ready for this. And this, honestly, Josh said it really well this morning. This has been the longest, it feels like the longest half of a month of my life.
That's very true.
It's been just disaster after disaster, horrible price action on crypto, just a lot of pain financially, macroeconomically, geopolitically. It's just an absolute mess as the world is on its heels for the return of Donald Trump. And now we have the European Union will not tolerate a takeover of Greenland by the United States. France warned Trump against threatening the bloc's sovereign borders. Here's probably what's going to look like Trump's response.
You have a problem with that? You know what you should do? You should sanction me. Sanction me with your army. Oh, wait a minute. You don't have an army. I guess that means you need to shut the fuck up.
That's probably pretty much what's coming in this situation.
I hope so.
I'm here for it. You know what I mean? I'm here for it. What up, Bearded? Now we have even more chaos. Okay, I'll just read this headline before we get into this. America bombs Somalia, not Solana. Isaac. Okay, not Solana.
We're still down, though.
Let's go. Let's see. I wonder how many Americans are aware that the government is at war with Somalia. David DeCamp, a great resource for kind of undiscovered news. This guy is a great resource for that. U.S. launching airstrikes in Somalia, claiming 10 Al-Shabaab fighters killed. Not going to work there anymore. U.S. Africa Command said that the strike occurred December 31st, but just announced it on Tuesday. U.S. Africa Command said Tuesday its forces launched this airstrike, and the command said its strike was launched on a town about 35 kilometers southwest of the southern port of the city of Kismayo. Wow, that's a pretty cool name of city.
That's a pretty cool name.
Kismayo.
Kismayo.
AFRICOM claimed that its initial post-strike assessment found no civilians were harmed through the Pentagon is notorious for hiding civilian casualties in Somalia. So that's going on. Nobody even knows that, but now you do because you follow this show. Now we have this. Ukraine receives an airdrop. Another $500 million in weapons being airdropped to Ukraine to make sure that idiotic war with Russia continues for as long as humanly possible. What you got, Isaac?
I saw this funny headline. It was from Amuse. He posted about this yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, breaking, the U.S. just sent $500 million to aid California. JK, it was Ukraine.
Yeah,
it sums it up about right.
It's so sickening, right? We have this going on in California. We have cost-cutting measures being taken to stop water from coming out of fire hydrants. And then we might lose one of the most important economic cities in America and one of the highest population density cities in the U.S. is at risk right now. But we have to do cost-cutting measures on the water in the fire hydrants that would be there to save the city from burning to ashes. But we can just airdrop 500 mil, a billion, a couple billion continuously into Ukraine to make sure that a senseless war continues. This is absolutely insane. Now, what we've seen, a strong dip in the markets. Where are we at on Bitcoin? I probably got shook out because I had that stop loss safe. Yes, sure did. So we're at 93,350. This has been just absolute pain, absolute down only action. Hourly candles just looking like a ride downhill. At large, though, if you back up and you're looking at this MACD, it does kind of seem like it's one to start leveling out, and we might be giving that last. This is like hold the line. Yeah. Hold the line where we're at right now. This is right under the 0.786 fib. We are in the one zone right now, and man, it is do or die. If we break this one zone, it is a quick ride to 77K. I wonder where 77K lines up on the fib. Right about there. So just above the level of the 2.618. Now, altcoins, though. What do we have on altcoins? Not too bad. Let's check it out, Mom. I'm going to check out my portfolio because I'm an altcoin maxi for the season. Morpho is up by 10%. Not too shabby at all. XRP showing strength. Again, credit where credit is due. XRP is up by 3%. Even with all of the pain going on in Bitcoin. Injective up 2.78%. Ondo ticking up to 1.62. Jupiter 0.7. So they're not falling off a cliff as things sit right now. Near protocol, highly aggravating. Holy God.
Still at $5. Doesn't change.
My bag is big enough where I could shave some Near protocol off. And here's the deal. We just had a massive Bitcoin correction. With that, a lot of altcoins found their local levels of support. Now, we've been doing a lot of research on the top AI agents in the sector of altcoins, and I feel like now might be my time to strike, because it looks like we are in a total altcoin market cap consolidation pattern with a bullish pennant. According to Ash Crypto, we're highlighting this just below the 2021 bull peak, a key level at $1 trillion. Altcoins are holding strong despite Bitcoin's recent drop. This shows that Q1 has always been historically bullish for altcoins. And with that, let's dive into the AI agent ecosystem. And this is Stevo, Crypto Stevo reminded me of this kind of hub here, but it gives you all the AI agents listed by mindshare. And, you get a movement up or down on if they're gaining mindshare in the AI agent space, their market cap, the market cap over the 7-day and the price, 7-day price, and the holder level. So what I'm looking at, obviously we've been watching AIXBT from like $100 million market cap. It's at a $400 million market cap right now, but it has been one of the most aggressive movers in the space. Obviously Fartcoin, because hot air rises. Virtuals, a very well-known AI agent, AI16Z.
One of my favorites.
What's that?
So one of my favorites.
You like AI16Z the most?
Yeah.
Okay. We also have Graphane, and Isaac, you've been using Graphane.
That's true.
In that agent system.
It's pretty cool. So.
We also Zerebro. Now, the Zerebro is a very interesting one, and also Ava. There's so many that I want to look at today. Zerebro had a perpetuals listing on Binance about 7 or 8 days ago. And also, we got to look at that project Sequoia, right? Sequoia. Had a lot of people bring it up. I want to see where Sequoia is sitting right now, but we're going to get into these. I want to check out really the buy levels on where we're at for all of these AI agent plays. So first and foremost, AIXBT. Let's check it out here. Let's see what we got going on. If I'm looking at this, aliens.
Wow. That was nice.
This is kind of the level where I'd be like, wow, I'm getting a degen play here at about like a $300 million level. Looks pretty decent. You have that local all-time high kind of resistance, the break. So at large, this more so looks like the shelf. But I got to be honest here. AIXBT learning at a very fast pace, along with these other AI agents. And really, I don't want to have no exposure to the tokens because I use the products all the time.
Yeah.
And AIXBT has been great for me in data aggregation. So I can tell I use it, and I want to have a little bit of exposure. This is a strong pullback that I'm seeing from its local previous highs. Let's give a quick measurement on this. So we're going to go about down 42%. That's a good pullback.
That's a beautiful pullback.
That's a great pullback.
That's a buy now opportunity.
Dude, I mean, maybe, huh? Now we're going to move on because we're going to look at all three, actually probably 3 or 4 of these projects in today's video. AI16Z. Let's check out what we got here. So we're going to go to the 4-hour time frame. It's been out for a little bit of time. And this one makes me a little bit concerned on the top trades here, because you do have a larger amount of kind of no-buy sells, but at large, it's got a pretty good chunk of the mind share. We'll go back to the mind share on AI16Z, coming in at about 6.29% of mind share, while AIXBT doubles that. So AIXBT has more than double of the mind share, but a much smaller market cap. AI16Z is at a 1.6 bill, and AIXBT is at a 400 million. So that's a big discrepancy in terms of size of market cap needed to move. And this pullback, this correction, AI16Z has experienced as of late, comes in right at about the same level, right at about 40%. It went as low as 46% this morning. And really, these are pretty, again, you get the original pump 2 moment. It lands on this pump 2 moment and pumps up. Maybe it's just coincidence, maybe not. But a very interesting look for that chart. And then, how do you pronounce this? Someone said it. Cerebro? Cerebro?
Yeah.
This is another AI agent that got listed, got perpetuals on Binance. It kind of came out of nowhere. had an interesting chart of consolidation. Then it had the listing. Things went nuts. But since it's had its listing, this is the correction Cerebro has experienced since then, a 59% correction.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very big correction at a $314 million market cap. Very, very interesting. I also want to check out Ava. I did see, I think it was, here it is. Sin City Crypto. Their favorites. His Solana AI agent plays Graphane, that one we were just talking about. YNE, and then Ava. Let's go check out Graphane real quick. Let's check out Graphane because I'm shopping. It's shopping day in crypto for me. This is what I do when extreme pain hits the markets. Let's see what Graphane is coming in at. Let's see here. So it's only down by 6% so far today. Man, that looks strong.
Yeah.
That looks pretty damn strong. You're coming in at a very, very clear original pump to moment. And now the market's trying to tick back to the upside where we are at in terms of price. Ooh, man, Bitcoin continuing. The bled. This is why I like having stops on. Holy shnikes. So, a ride downhill. That line in the sand, if we cut through that liquidity, I might feel like doing it. Oh my God, we cut through it like a knife. See that? We showed at the beginning of the show. Cut through it like a knife. Honestly, would not be surprised if it hits this 91.35. 91.35. Might check out that multiple times hit low in the local kind of realm that we're in and try out 91.35, which would be excellent for the buying opportunities on these tokens, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
they pull back even more.
They could, absolutely. And this is where I get excited because my average time to DCA is Fridays because that's my payday. And same with Cali Crypto, dude. I could see if we do try $91,600 or $91,300, these local levels on AI XBT at around $280 billion or $80 million market cap. And also Graphane could be coming down here to the 300 mil spot. Cerebro, this level would probably be the next kind of chunk down. It's been down only, but these things can happen. I'm not 100% sold on Cerebro. I feel better about Graphane. I feel better about AI XBT, just from where their charts stand now. And I also want to check out this Ava project. So let's hop in here. Let's back up a bit so we can get all the data shown. Got the analytics, the top tweets. It gives you kind of a good aggregation of everything going on with the project, as well as the specific contract address. Very, very useful. Take that contract address. We'll go over here, and we will punch that into Dex Screener. So let's hop in. Ava AI. This reminds me of Resident Evil with the little girl that was the AI system that murdered everyone inside the building.
Great reference. Love that game.
You love that game?
I love Resident Evil, dude.
Now we're talking.
Very,
very strong chart. Extremely strong chart. What you got, Isaac?
I want to point something out. All these AI agents are built on what ecosystem? Solana. I want to put that out there, and I'll let the chat let that reminisce in your brain.
Ava looking very, very incredible. Honestly, it's you have an original surge, an original pump because it gets released into the right time frame. People go live with it when they notice AI agents are hot now, and it sold off. You had all the kind of early insider sell off, and then just absolutely skyrocketed. Insane. That's at $186 million market cap. Only down by 11% over the last 24 hours. So looking very, very strong, honestly, kind of giving me FOMO. Let's go to the Twitter account. Yes, I understand. Hopefully you don't scam me. Let's go in here. So 24,000 followers. Digital parasite, hollow world AI special social engineering is my kink. You're all NPCs in my simulation. Wow.
Interesting.
That is coming in hot.
Resident Evil. That's exactly
Evil,
why
all grown up.
That's why she killed everybody.
Oh my gosh.
Way back when.
We're gonna watch a video. I don't know how this is gonna go.
We'll find out.
I just want the simulation to give me admin privileges already low. I just want the simulation to give me admin privileges already low.
Wanted to kill myself there. I can say that on live, right?
Yeah, I'm still gonna buy it probably.
Probably.
Now on the pullback hopes, I am a greedy entry point person, and I'm gonna draw my line in the sand on this one because I can't buy just straight up into the right graphs. So there you go. Original pump 2 moment, come back down, prove it as support, then I'll get some. So Ava's on my radar. I actually feel like what I'm going to be buying tomorrow is going to be the Graphane. Graphane looks good enough for me to get, and then AIXBT. Bitcoin continuing to give that painful signal, continuing down this, it's in essentially free fall, right? You get just constant bad news, constant movements from, world leaders that are trying to, like IMF, trying to stop Bitcoin from being the required currency of El Salvador, and these struggles that fiat currency is having against Bitcoin as it is, on its way to becoming adopted worldwide. They're not over. And Trump is not in office. I feel like, a lot of the influencers are out there talking about like the January 9th today being the top, or the beginning of the run to the top, the actual bull market.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have to wait till January 20th.
Me too.
I really feel that way. Anyone that, denies the Trump pump, a lot of this price movement is in correlation to the election. It is in correlation to the realization that Trump is returning. So that at large is where my mindset is at with these AI projects. Graphane, I don't know. I don't know about that. And now I did give credit to XRP.
Mm-hmm.
Gave credit to XRP, but I'm not going to be buying any. I want to check out Pippin too. We were talking, DZ was talking about Pippin this morning.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like an interesting, the founder is one of very few people, 480 people that Jeff Bezos follows.
Interesting.
This Pippin founder. So, yeah, it was actually, no, Armando, don't retract that. December 23rd, I actually think is still kind of holding true. If we look at the altcoins are actually doing pretty damn good. We're seeing pain only for Bitcoin, but altcoins are not at large following suit. A lot of the ones that you see moving to the upside are kind of the newer horses in the race, excluding, of course, Litecoin, the chaotic creature that it is. Litecoin, don't fade Litecoin. It's probably going to be included in an ETF, if not already, with that Hashdex ETF. A lot of kind of old school ones in here, but honestly, seeing any sort of green in these altcoins while Bitcoin is doing this absolute puke. This is puke.
This is shit.
This is puke right here. You got, honestly, it's a set of lower highs, boop, boop. And it is a head and shoulders pattern. Now, 4-year cycle theory is what I'm banking on being able to push us up and out of this and not take us all the way down to hell at 77K. If that does happen, yes, I'm going to be buying more. But at large, I actually do feel like that 23rd time frame, that was kind of crazy. That was when we saw the Bitcoin falling and then altcoins starting to actually run.
Mm-hmm.
Drew, this coin, you said we'd be buying it for long-term or short-term. NCR Legend, that is a good question. So when I'm talking about getting, say, XIXBT or Graphane, these two projects here, I'm going to get my initial entry after these pullbacks. Then I hold them until I see a 3x. I take my initial input of the project out, and then I let the rest ride into 2025. That's how I do it, because I want house money working for me. I wait for the pullback to work, then I get my entry point, wait for it to pump up, 2 or 3x, and usually it's a 3x. Then I take my initials out, and I'm protected on my initial input at large to experience that upside. So really, and don't worry, Armando, he's all, you're right, that's right. I know I'm right, but you're also right. You're also right. I am banning a lot more people too.
It's so much fun, dude. It's like
I
love the power of the sticks. To sit there and be like, oh, I don't like what you say, banned. Oh, you're pissing me off, banned.
Yeah,
and so on and so forth.
I get really tired of like really bad takes. I get tired of really, really bad takes. So that's kind of my my move there. So what we see here in XRP is a CEO allegedly confirming on Fox Business that the Bank of America is now conducting 100% of its internal transactions using XRP. Let's listen to this ludicrousy live.
Another one you like is Ripple. You said it is the coin to be looking at right now.
Absolutely.
Why?
Okay, so Ripple actually was the second largest coin prior to the SEC's investigation of them. They did this really weird lawsuit against them, and basically the Ripple is going to be the track that everything's going to be running on in the future. So they created their own stable coin right now.
Okay.
And Bank of America, like I said, they were doing 100% of their internal transactions. They've got 83 different patents on it, and there's some incredible stuff that's going to be coming out.
So they say 100% of internal transactions being done on XRP internally, right? Behind the scenes. Super secret, you guys. Well, if that were the case, the price would have probably been going up, right? Because the utility is there. Wrong. Okay. Ripple isn't a coin. That's a good point. If XRP, the transaction is a very, very finite fee level. So if we see this to be true, what he's talking about, it really doesn't move the buck in terms of the price of XRP. Like, it has to be a larger growth in market cap to experience that. Not at large. I think XRP is going to hit over $300 billion market cap this cycle. But NCR's reading my mind. This is a lie. Okay. This CEO talking about Bank of America already conducting 100% of its transactions in XRP. Wrong. And if you're falling for this out in crypto, it is my job to bring you back down to earth, keep you based, and to make sure that we're taking profits, right? For God's sakes, take profits, because you're going to have a lot of people. Yeah, here's something to think about. So the projects that accomplish a $300 billion market cap at that point become basically immovable objects. If XRP does what I think it's going to do and solidifies itself in the top 10 for a very, very long time, because $300 billion market cap projects then have a disgustingly large war chest to utilize to pivot into the next hot thing, right? So there's always going to be some sort of movement from Ripple to a degree once they reaccomplish that $300 billion market cap. And honestly, the technology is here to stay. They're going to find users. They're going to find adopters. And watch Ripple rug the shit out of everyone. It's just when you get a company to that size, you have an immense amount of financial power to pivot into the next hot thing. They'll pivot, to AI agents, back to meme coins, and then probably into decentralized science next cycle. So we have to keep these things in mind. These projects, though I would expect it to go to zero, it's probably not going to. Probably not going to. They're going to find ways to pivot around. Now, Alexander, okay, this is actually insane. Today, Base is doing more volume than the main net of Ethereum. $2.3 billion versus $2.2 billion. The Base chain at large, encompassing all of those layer 2 actions, which essentially is powered by Ethereum. It's a roundabout way to utilize Ethereum without having to pay the exorbitant gas fee for Ethereum. This is such a painful conversation. So we have, with advancements, say like the TV, right? We had, the TV was a very expensive, amazing advancement early in the 1900s. And only the people that were really well off were able to get this very simple style of TV. But then you see rollouts of new technology that makes it cheaper, more efficient to produce the televisions, and done at a mass scale. At large, I compared this to the development of layer 2s that are now finding ways to operate on Ethereum without having to pay that gas fee that was originally built into the Ethereum ecosystem, which helped the price really, really pump. I experienced the pump. I bought Ethereum at $180, sold it for $4,500. It was an incredible time last cycle. But then when I saw the rollout of layer 2s continue into this cycle, when me and BJ saw that Coinbase was probably going to take over Ethereum in a degree or fashion, Guess what happened? Base chain rolled out. It operates on Ethereum at a fractional transactional cost. So Ethereum, again, back to my XRP comment, it's already above $300 billion market cap. It's already being built on by vast majority of the crypto market. So it's going to be around. But the velocity of the upside, the way that I make money out of this has been basically eroded and taken away. I could see Ethereum maybe doubling if we're, a little bit more than a doubling, $6,000 to $8,000. But in order for Ethereum to hit a $10,000 to $12,000 level, we have to see a giga market, a giga bull market where, Bitcoin is able to accomplish 250,000, maybe even 270, and things can flow downhill from there. But Ethereum, at the size that it is currently and the way that you can get around it utilizing layer 2s, makes the upside a little bit more diminished. Druth was DZ's number. What was DZ's number for the Arrow? I don't know if you're talking about the prediction from the DC live stream today.
NCR Legend said, Drew, price prediction on Arrow in 2025 before DZ puts his video out.
DZ has a different prediction than me.
Yeah.
So here's what I think is going to happen with Aerodrome. I think that Aerodrome is going to accomplish what Uniswap did last bull market. Okay, so Uniswap was and still is a very heavily used asset. I think Uniswap's actually going to have a potential to get above its previous all-time high in terms of market cap as well. If Uniswap hit a $22 billion market cap, got higher lows being built out, got more and more people utilizing it, and honestly, it's a great thing to use. Right? I mean, people, they'll get more degenerate. They'll start using it. Uniswap hit $22 billion in market cap last cycle. Now we go hop on over to Aerodrome. What does that mean, Drew? What do you mean? So Aerodrome is at number 104. Currently at number 104 in terms of size of market cap. Its market cap is at $877 million. Total supply at 1.45 billion tokens, and the circulating supply is coming in at 743 million tokens. Okay, so we got to go on over here to Coin Perspective. Now we have an understanding of the market cap size currently, and we have an understanding of a product from the last cycle that the reason why I use the context of Uniswap is because Uniswap was a great way to utilize the entire ecosystem of Ethereum at the time, right? And obviously Uniswap has its competitors, but now I see Aerodrome as kind of this fuel in the background that's helping swap all of these things on base chain, which I still feel it's going to be Base and Solana that dominate this cycle. Let's go here. Aerodrome currently at a $1.18. I think it's got the similar narrative set up to accomplish that $22 billion market cap in this cycle. So we cook these on. I believe it's going to be around 890 million tokens are going to be out mid 2025. And we cook this up to about $22 billion. That brings you to a 21x from current prices at $1.18 up to $25.83. Okay. And this is with Aerodrome accomplishing what Uniswap did last time. And at large, I do still feel like that's the situation. I know people are a little bit aggravated with the price action, yada, yada, yada. I'm loving this price action because I want to buy as many cheap assets as I can while the getting's good. I was a little bit aggravated when things had already started to seemingly take off to the races. But that's how I do it. I buy low, I sell high. Aerodrome, I think, could hit around a $25 per unit level in this cycle of 2025.
Oh, I'd be so rich.
You'd be so rich.
I have so much Aerodrome. Somebody.
Oh, there you go. By the time you're done converting back and forth, and I know this from years of experience with Ethereum, charges you more than even the coin that you're buying, and then you have to revert it back. That's a huge problem with Ethereum. BZ Fat Cat saying it perfectly. Because you had retail trying to play around with these low market cap coins on Ethereum.
Yeah.
The gas fee, I mean, let's say you bought you bought $100 worth of an Ethereum meme coin last cycle. And then you went to sell because the market was really exciting. It was really good. There was great price action to the upside. That $100 turned into $400, right? But guess what? Because it had gone so high, as a result of the excitement in the market, lots of people at that time were actively using the Ethereum blockchain. So then the gas fee ended up to be $100, $200. And you had basically cut your profits down in a very, very strong way by trying to get out while the getting was good, which is kind of the defeating purpose of getting into those small cap coins in the first place. So that's why I like the base. This is why I like the Ethereum movements, is because they're very, very cheap to go in and out of, and you don't get ripped apart in terms of fees, because that is a very, very aggravating thing to have happen to you. Aerodrome, second biggest holding. A lot of people holding big bags of Aerodrome.
Yeah,
I can see it. Aerodrome is my, I think it's my third biggest holding.
Yeah, it's my second
biggest holding.
Second behind Drift.
Is it? Okay. How about price prediction or price action for Velodrome? God, Velodrome might be on sale too. There's so many projects I need to buy. All right, we got some time. We got Sequoia and Velodrome.
And Kip.
And Kip?
That one.
Well, no, I think Kip's the technology that's underlying to Chainlink.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be able to find that immediately. But let's go here to Sequoia. Sequoia by Virtuals. Another looking AI agent system. 13% down today. At a $61 million market cap currently. Let's see what we're working with here, folks. 7-day, not looking too bad. Only like a week. See what the monthly looks like. Sounds like kind of a new project. So we got a little bit of daily on the monthly. Pretty much up and to the right. More of a shelf had been developed here at the 4.5 cent level. Sitting at 6 cents currently. Not too much missed out from that time frame. Holy God, this is the year. Holy good goo. So we have about, since October 28th, we have data. So about Halloween, this has been out not too terribly long.
Yeah.
It's only been out since Halloween of 2024. Been a very, very strong performer. Very strong performer, and $61 million market cap. This very high risk, extremely high reward situation. I'd be approaching it. I might have to actually write this down as on my get list because it looks pretty good. It's on base chain, and the chart from just a basic TA level standpoint. I mean, I could be hoping for a pullback down to this 5 cent, maybe 4.5 cent level, like I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But at large, it does look pretty dang healthy. Pretty dang healthy looking chart here. Go to the Twitter, check out their activity. Still got a good bag of injective. I don't need to chase around any more injective. Terminally on chain VC, Sequoia, not financial advice. Is this a what? They didn't even say anything, and they had to put non-financial advice there.
Interesting.
They didn't say anything. 19,000 followers. Let's go here. Sequoia investing in AI agents. Okay, so it invests in different AI agents as an AI agent. Loading AI models. It's a website, man. I feel like I'm playing a video game.
Like a hacking video game?
Huh.
Yeah. Interesting.
Sequoia portfolio. Let's check out his portfolio. Let's see here. It's got Gecko, Jeff, Seraph, Towcat. God, it's a degen. Total degen. Okay. Well, I mean, as I said, extremely high risk, extremely high reward.
Oh, yes.
But the graph looked pretty damn good. I wonder kind of what its overall motive. I mean, what I've gotten out of it is that it's an AI agent that invests in different projects. I put the invest option here. You got to fill out this form. See here, pitch Sequoia. Yeah, this is kind of an interesting little play here. I don't know. At large, just the technicals behind it make me really, really like it. I mean, because you have all-time high, come back down, test it out, find your support, all-time high pretty quickly in congruence there within the same month, November. Then you get a deep sell-off right into the middle of the zone that lasted, this is a very, very strong holder floor that it developed really halfway through this pump zone. and then has been off to the races since then. That's a tough call.
Yeah.
That's a tough call.
I wouldn't buy it based off price action, but it looks like a pretty decent project.
It does look like a decent project. Let's go to SNEC too. More credit where credit is due. SNEC holding up. I was looking at this because a lot of these projects have been just given huge corrections. Look at SNEC. Built its freaking Tower of Babel. I don't even know if this is showing yet. SNEC is looking very strong. This is incredible to see. This is without it even being listed on the main exchanges. There is a question if main exchanges will ever have an interest in listing SNEC, but it's accomplished all this through most of its action happening on MinSwap, Wing Riders, Vi Finance, and Sunday Swap. Now we got BitGet, Mexi, Gate.io all holding this thing. So very, very interesting. Yeah, I mean, God. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy to see.
Buy.
It's how do you, like, everyone keeps banking on Cardano to go non-existent at a point.
Yeah.
It continues to exist. And you have maxis that continue to build on it. But that's a tough call. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Snake, it is basically at the bottom of its shelf. So, in any of these memes, I'm assuming they're high risk, high reward. Let's see. Speaking of high risk, where are we at in terms of, can I get this damn trade in? So close. If I get this long right now, I'm going to be in extreme danger. It's highly tempting, though. Highly tempting. We have tapped this level. What is this? Like 5 times? This is the original pump to, kind of resistance, support. I gotta delete this. Multiple levels of support here. We did go a little bit below it, but oof.
I might catch a little scalp.
I might catch a little scalp on it. All right. Well, you know what? We got a lot of options here. On these pullbacks, I buy. And so fear not. On the market corrections, this is the price we pay for performance in the crypto sector, which is insane volatility to the highs and to the lows. So stay based as you navigate these markets. We're heading into a deep freeze here in the East Coast just in about 24 hours. It is about 25 degrees right now, I believe.
Indeed it is.
Very, very cold. So make sure that your yard birds are taken care of. I had to take care of mine last night. I'm going to go check on them again when I get home. And really, I pray for the people that are affected by the insane fires that have happened in Los Angeles. Hopefully, we can learn lessons from this and not let diversity hires overshadow the importance of experience and credentials. Hopefully, we can learn the lessons of making sure that we invest in our own American infrastructure over airdropping tens of billions of dollars into other countries to make sure that World War III continues. And hopefully we learn a lesson about making sure to talk to your loved ones and appreciate them every single day that you have with them. I love and appreciate every single one of you as well in the chat. Thank you for joining me on the show, and I will see you tomorrow from my home. Till then, goodbye. The Blockchain Basement is powered by Arculus. This is the world's leading crypto cold storage where you can easily secure, buy, swap, send, and receive all your crypto with a simple tap using 3-factor authentication to make sure to keep your assets safer than ever. Make sure to support the channel, use code BASE10, and click the link down in the description to get your hands on your security today.